doing a four-wheel drive swap on it. We've got a 99 Cherokee here. I already got the wheels off, some of the components off. Spent a bit of time pressure washing and cleaning it, just making it a little easier to work on. I've got that nut off right there on the pitman arm. I'm working on this link right here on the top. That'll be the next step. A little bit of a late start to the day. Nevertheless, we're going to get into it. This is a 99. It's got the 4.0. And this is a 97. It's got the 4.0 as well. This has got the four-wheel drive in it. This is just the parts Jeep here. This thing has been sitting, and I'm sure it's got a lot of rust. Anyways, I'm going to take a look. 1197, so it's the later 97, pretty much a 98. On this one here, I've already got the interior pull. I'm going to be doing a full scrub down on the lower end, take off, scrub down the lower end. This one here is a earlier 99. So, man, whoa. This Jeep has only been here for not very long. That's craziness. The ants are ridiculous. Crazy. Their trail right there. Anyways, I'm gonna do the rear brakes, front brakes, stuff like that. I'm gonna do full maintenance. But right now I'm working on dropping this two-wheel drive axle out. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna focus on getting the links out, getting all the bolts done. Should be a pretty simple and quick process to get this thing out. Let's go ahead and get her done. Right now, I'm gonna be going ahead and pulling that cotter pin right there. Like I said, I did a bit of pressure washing, cleaned it up. This Jeep is fairly clean. It does have 298,000 miles on it, but you know, these things, these 4.0s are tanks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this cotter pin out. I believe it's a 19mm nut right here on the top. There are some things on this Jeep that whoever worked on it last, dadgummit, there goes my glove. Whoever worked on it last didn't do too well of a job. Just, you know, quality. All right, let's go ahead and run this nut off. And again, if you're just tuning in, we're doing a two-wheel to four-wheel drive swap. Got a 99 and a 97 over there. So working on dropping the axle out. Got the pitman arm connection and this link connection here unbolted. We're going to go ahead and whack these with a hammer a few times, see if they drop out. Jeez, it's a mess. I gotta do some organizing here, but we'll get to that at a later time. I do got the pickle fork if I need it. Probably not going to reuse any of this, so it doesn't really matter if it flops around, but I am going to get a zip tie just to keep it tight so we don't hurt ourselves. Yeah, it was raining a lot last night. I gotta clean this truck out. See how I'm gonna manage this with just one hand here. I'm gonna have to set you up. That should do good for now. All right, looks pretty good. Let me go swap my glove. All right, let me go ahead and go to the next joint there. Could be right here. I'm gonna use a pickle fork so I don't beat up that steel too much. If that was the customers, I wouldn't be doing that, but I don't mind too much on that. I'm sure I'm gonna weld on extra brackets once I get more stabilizers. Grab a few more ties. I may end up reusing this assembly here, just putting it back on the other Jeep, maybe using it as a little two-wheel drive, like Jeep, trail Jeep or something. They haven't decided. So we'll try to keep the two-wheel drive assembly nice, and we'll keep everything nice and zip tied. That way it doesn't flop around and destroy these joints. These joints look like they're pretty good, so they probably got replaced here probably within the last 2 years, I would say. All right. Oh yeah, they're good. I got 2 of them right now. That one's in rough shape. This one's in a lot better shape. I got the interior pulled. I'm going to be rhino lining the lower section of the interior. Plastics and everything are in great shape. And then I'm going to take the 4-wheel drive components out of this one, because this thing is just, she's rough. But, yep, so that's the plan. Right now we're just working on dropping this assembly. I'm trying to keep it as nice as possible. Maybe reuse it on the other Jeep. We'll see what we do. Let's go ahead and jump up to these. Let me just disconnect the shocks from here. Let's see here. I don't have enough space to pull that all the way out. I'm gonna have to clean up some stuff real quick. The deck boxes are great, but you pretty much can't use your tailgate. Well, it might be just some loose on 13s. Oh, well, that'll be fine. 6 points, so we didn't strip it. Might need an extension. Yeah, I'll need an extension for that one. This might just do. Guess if you need a tutorial on how to get shocks out, there you go. On these Jeeps, it's so easy to do pretty much any work you might need to do. I'm not sure what this brand is of shock here, but the other side is completely wore out. Probably some cheap Amazon shock or something, I would have to say. Get the nut on the bottom real quick. get a pry bar and I'll push that over a little bit. I'll show you the other side. I don't plan on reusing these at all. That's what the shock was looking like. The shock bushing. I can only imagine the actual quality. Bada bing, bada boom. It's literally just like a piece of tube steel that's been bent, flattened out, easy to replace if you damage it. I don't think I'll be reusing those either. Those look a bit more heavy duty. I think those are original. Maybe those are like for the lift. I don't know, seem kind of cheap. Get back here. Usually it's the 10 mil, this time it's the 14. Oh, my bad, the 13. Alright, that's not working out. Be a little bit more careful as if I was reusing this stuff, but it's not getting reused. Alright. I should have had the jack under there, but oh well, it is what it is. I had everything disconnected from the steering, so kind of just pushed down with the shocks. Should just be able to pull that side out. We should be all clear. Yeah, we should be all good to go. Alright, cool. I'm going to disconnect these guys right here real quick, but first I'm going to put the jack under here, that way we get less sway. Try not to spill my drink. Won't really be holding weight, just kind of supporting it. And once we get it low enough, we'll be able to just go right ahead and pull these springs out. But first we need to get that shock out on the other side that's kind of under pressure. So I should have basically jacked that up and had it supported in the beginning, but don't do what I do. Okay. So now we should be good. I'm going to disconnect the sway bar links up here at the top, drop this whole assembly down, and zip tie it up with the rest of that. Almost had it falling down. All right, so it looks like on these sway bar brackets, we got 15mm bolts here, and it's gonna be one on each side. One on the rear and one on the front. And then on the passenger side, same thing. And that'll just kind of flop down, just kind of like that. And I'm gonna zip tie it back like I was saying. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I think these bigger zip ties will be better. That should do. Oh, got a busted glove. Let me go swap it. Alright, gotta let my hand dry a little bit sweaty out here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've done so far. So, to start, we should have went ahead and jacked up the front axle for support. It's not holding it, more just keeping it from pivoting. Hold on, got an ant attacking me. There we go. Keeping it from pivoting downwards. So you're just kind of just keeping it in place, not really lifting it. So jack here is the first thing we should have done. I did not. Don't follow what I do. Do what I say. Do what I don't. I don't know, whatever. Second thing after supporting, you take off these shocks, right? Simple. 4 bolts, 1 on each, or 2 on each side. Simple enough. Second, you're going to go after your pitman arm knuckle, and you're going to take off that joint. Then your cross member joint here, you can take that off. And your sway bar links, you can either do it with the whole assembly, the 4 bolts on each, or 2 on each side, 4 total, or you could take off these here, depending on what you want to do. All right. Next step we're going to do is I'm going to lower that jack down, and I'm going to go ahead and get these coils out. Actually, you know what? First, or next step I'm going to do is go ahead and drop my upper support arms. I'll take these out from here, and I'll drop my lower support arms. We'll see, whenever I loosen this bolt, how it pivots. If it pivots good, we'll just take it all out. Won't touch these springs until it's all out. So that's what we're going to work on. Still can't get the glove on. It's sweaty out here. Once your hands get sweaty, these gloves do not cooperate. All right. $15mm. These upper support arms. feels like probably a 14 nut. Alright, grab 13, 14, and 15. Alright, 15's on both sides. And what is that, a 14 year old? What's going on here? Oh, I see. So it's kind of dirty, but on these frame inserts, they got tabs, so you can't really even loosen them from this side. You have to do it from the inside, so it's my mistake there. Looks like over here it has tabs as well, so I'm just going to drop out the front of the bar first to make it a little bit easier on myself. Well, let me go ahead and check on, I think that's a 15, we just need deep well. Perfect. I think I can sneak right in there, maybe. Alright. We'll take out the upper bolts after you get the axle out of the way. I'm going to keep all this hardware as nice as I possibly can, as I'm not 100% sure if I'll be reusing this or not. But we shall find out. Alright, so it looks like we've got a little bit of tension here from these springs, so I'm going to go ahead and go down with the jack. See if we can relieve that. Alright, I'm going to take out these bottom supports. See how loose these are? Alright, they're pretty tight. Feels like a 21 nut on the inside. Yep. Not sure if I'm using the hardware, like I said, so just gonna keep it all decent. Man, the ants are insane. There's just so many ants. Oh man. to go up a little bit to get that out. So we'll just go right in and pull this side out. Alright, everything's looking good here. I'm thinking for the calipers, I'm just gonna leave the calipers hanging. Probably reuse them. I think they're okay. They seem like they would be. Obviously, we'll find out whenever the time comes, but the best option for now is just to go right ahead and leave them attached to the vehicle. We don't have to worry about fluids or lines or anything. Should speed up the process of getting this thing out a little bit more. Okay. Looks like we got a bolt that was replaced there, not original, so might have been one of the braking issues this thing had. Huh, there too. Unless it's just standard to have a 12 and a 13, it might be. Those are nice and stuck. So I think those aftermarket bolts are definitely causing this thing to wear up unevenly. Definitely missed that anyways. But they don't look like they're aftermarket. I'm not sure. That's kind of strange. Definitely gonna need new pads, so I'm just gonna tear these off real quick. Dang, you're stuck on there. I see what the issue is here, but I don't really see what the issue is here. These things are ripping off for dear life. Alright, that'll do. I'm not too sure what these differences are in the bolts, but they're definitely different sizes, and well, that rotor's worn a lot on the inside than it is on the outside. This was the same way, so we're gonna see what the heck's going on. This one's definitely not as bad, so maybe it's just something to do with the quality of the pad itself. Possibly. 100% sure. I'm gonna take some big zip tie that caliper up. I'll check out the quality on these caliper boots later on and see if we need to do anything with them. But for now, they could just be zip tied. Oops, zip tied right here. Should give us enough room to access everything. Get all my nuts and bolts gathered up. Zip tie up the other side. froze those bolts. I'll figure out what the specs are supposed to be. I'm not sure if that's right or not. I wouldn't assume so, but I guess. Okay, looking pretty good. Looks like I could go ahead and get this back up and remove this here. Nice. The spring's set back into place, so should make it easier for you to get this out. Where's my hammer at when I need it? Improvise, improvise. I gotta go up a tad more, huh? Just a tad. Did not really want to go up this high, but here we are. Dadgummit. I need to stay clean. Alright, well, we got this side off over here. This. Alright, come on, she's a bit wiggly now. Set her back down. Should swap the jack over to the other side, but let me show you what we're working with so far. Control arm disconnected, still connected to the axle, shock disconnected, zip tied up for the caliper, all that's disconnected. Man, these ants are already raiding my phone. What in the world? Jeez, get out of here. They're gonna live in my phone. Disconnected, zip tied. We got that bolt loose, coming out here in a second. Caliper zip tied up. She's about ready to drop down. The only bolt that's really stuck is this one, only because I pivoted the axle before I had the bolt either fully pushed in or fully pulled out. Now it's halfway in, it's kind of cockeyed. So we're gonna see what we do to get her straightened up. Make sure that's a decent angle. Yeah, that seems good enough. So I'm thinking best option is going to see if I can get this bolt out. think it's just the spring here. Get the spring completely off. I need to disconnect this upper bar. Like I said, unfortunately I made the mistake of only pulling it out halfway and leaving it. Fatal mistake. If you ever get a bolt out, take it all the way out and leave it halfway in. All the way over here and see what I can do. This guy to get out of here. Actually seems like it's moving pretty decent. Kind of impressive. It's not coming out yet. Now I see why. It's because that whole bushing is in there twisted. That bushing wasn't twisted. Even a lot better. So, because of the way it's twisted, really the only thing I can do is just hit it out. The bushing twisted inside where the bolt holes are. And that bolt's caught on a really bad angle. I'm not sure if you can see that. Gotta get my legs out from under there. Dang it, all because of the way that thing is twisted. It's just not allowing me to get in there. I need to. Wow. Yeah, it's twisted pretty substantially. That might have given me enough angle to pop it out. Alright, well, that bushing is severely twisted into place, so it's kind of encapsulated my bolt there. That left side should kind of just hang down. I should be able to get the coil out, which may give me enough space. Maybe. Oh, look at that. The bolt's actually there. Usually they're not ever there. Decent. I'm gonna grab a jack stand. I think that'll help straighten that bolt out. It's crazy how twisted that bushing became. So I was hearing like a really loud clacking noise, and I thought it was just that shock, but I think it was also this bushing. I want to put my leg there. The only options, this little brute force there, are going to be our best way to get this to work. You know, dead come loose. Every time I can get this bolt out. Yeah, I mean, that helped. It's always one thing, and this time it's that one bushing. Let's see what we can do. let's see what we can do. So yeah, I think a jack stand over there. Get the control arm out. Decent enough. I think that'll allow me to get the control arm out. Yeah, there's just no way of leverage there. Whoever did this whole side, you must have replaced or hit something. That bolt's stuck too. Definitely hit something. Huh. Yeah, that side's kind of jacked up. It's a good thing we're taking this front end off, I guess. I know I got a bunch around here or something. Yep. Gonna punch these bolts out. That bushing's just such. So we can make some progress there. Hey, look. There's that destroyed bushing. That thing is ruined. Now we're pretty much fully disconnected everywhere. Timber! From that, my friends, that's how you put up a two-wheel drive axle on a Jeep Cherokee in '99. Didn't take very long, start to finish. Had twisted bushing in there. This one's good. The other one was bad. Kind of messed up this whole side. Maybe they hit something. Let's go ahead and take a review at what we've done. First thing, put the jack under, support your axle. After your axle is supported, disconnect all your steering linkages and sway bar linkages and pretty much anything that connects the axle to your drivetrain. After you've done that, you're going to go ahead and take off your upper control arms, then your lower control arms. But first, make sure you take off your calipers. Zip tie them up. Pretty much that simple. Honestly, really easy. Don't get cheap Amazon stuff. Don't work on these Jeeps. Yep, we're taking these off, pulling these towers off, getting everything ready for the 4-wheel drive swap. Coming soon. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.